In your math notebooks, the next page that we're going to add will be called percents. And for me, it's on page 45 and 46. We're going to copy down some quick notes about some things we've talked about percent. Whenever I'm going through this video, if I'm going too fast, just pause it so that you're able to write things down, and then press play again when you're ready to continue. Alright, once you have that written in the table of contents, you can go to your next blank page, which for me is 45 and 46. And it's called percents. The first thing I want to do is I want to write down our definition of what the word percent is. We talked about this a while ago, but we said that percent is a ratio comparing a number to 100. We've talked about ratios before, but percent is a specific type of ratio that compares a number to 100. So there's always a 100 in the percent. So for example, if we had 17%, I could write that as a fraction as 17 to 100. This is a ratio comparing the number 17 to 100, so it's 17%. And if I wanted to write this as a decimal, I could do 17 divided by 100, which would be 0.17. Because we can have percents, fractions, and decimals that are all equivalent to each other. I'm going to look a little bit like this. Alright, one of the last things that I want us to have on these notes is one of those tape diagrams that we worked on a little while ago. A tape diagram basically just looks like you took a piece of tape and taped it onto your paper, and you're going to use it to help you solve some problems. I want to write down the things that you can always put on your tape diagram. I always start by putting 0% and 100%, because if I have none of my tape diagram filled in, we're at 0%. If I have 100% of it filled in, that means I have the entire thing filled in. So I can always put 0% and 100%. And then the third thing that I can put is right here above the 100%. We are always going to put the whole amount in whatever problem that we're solving, because the whole is always 100%. If you had a test that you took that was out of 20 points, 20 points would go here because that's the whole amount of points that you could get correct. So the whole always goes with the 100%. And then depending on the problem, you would fill in percents and numbers in other places. Alright, the last thing I want us to write down is the whole usually comes after the word of. The whole usually comes after the word of. Now, the reason I underlined the word usually is because this isn't always true. There are some word problems where you just have to figure out what the whole is. But there are a lot of times where you could see that the whole comes after the word of. Like if you got 16 out of 20 on a test, that means the whole was 20. It came after the word of. If there's not the word of there, you still got to use your brain and figure out what the whole is, but you can use this as kind of a hint. If you see the word of, check check to see, does maybe the word after this represent my whole amount? Once you have all of this stuff down, you can go ahead and close your notebooks. We've finished the percent part.